Coming up next on the Jeff Crilley Show, this is all about excellence, and we're going to be talking about Built to Last with Eason Maykus. He's with Maykus Homes. They've been building quality homes in DFW for generations. His incredible story just ahead.
Many are predicting that the worst is yet to come, which is unfortunate, said one person here. Until now, they've enjoyed the reputation of being the nation's icebox.
Watched a burglar in his home this morning by webcam.
As a journalist of over 25 years, stories are what make my world turn.
Reporting live from the Dallas newsroom tonight, Jeff Crilley, Fox 4 News.
But in 2008, I took the jump from my familiar life and started a PR firm from my home.
We're talking about anyone with a camcorder like the one I'm using becomes a television network.
We started slowly growing the company, and we now have over 100 clients, and we've branched into the world of live digital broadcasting. I now own 8 different TV studios and have a huge team, and the stories that I now get to share are sometimes the most important of my life. Life has a funny way of coming around full circle. This is the Jeff Crilley Show.
Well, I have this obsession with excellence. Everything has to be right. If I'm walking down the halls here at Real News and I just see a little speck of something on the carpet that doesn't look like it belongs, I'm the guy who goes down, picks it up, and puts it in the trash. I'm obsessed with excellence, and so I admire other people who have that same gene. Eason Maykus is in the studio right now. He's with Maykus Homes. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me, Jeff.
Absolutely. Well, I'm blown away by your story because at least 3 generations, and if you count your great-grandpa, he was a carpenter. You've been in the home building business for 4 generations?
That's right. That's right. I didn't get an opportunity to meet my great-grandfather, but when a home builder was a true home builder in the sense that they were the craftsmen behind all the details in the home, whether it be framing or, concrete work or masonry or plumbing, that was, in a sense, what a home builder was decades and decades ago, 50, 60 years ago, where now, in the age of specialization, there's so many different tradesmen and craftsmen and things like that. So I would say on average, our budgets and the people that we work with to build one rooftop for a family to live in is upwards of 250 different people that we deal with, and then the various layers of those trades and craftsmen as well.
I want you to talk about your earliest childhood memories, because you were sharing right before the show that you would drive around in your grandpa's pickup truck.
Yes, my grandpa was frugal, grew up in Depression era and came from humble beginnings, so he had what's now a very desirable truck, a square body Chevrolet truck. And I remember it was 2-tone. It was kind of a silver gray with a blue color, which looked like a Dallas Cowboys truck. And he drove that thing, and I would sit in his passenger seat, and everything had sticky notes on it. This is before smartphones and things like that. And his folded up napkins would be perfect, and his sticky notes would be perfect with different people's phone numbers. His even air fresheners would be in that little satchel, an open pocket that was riveted to the metal door. Yeah. But it was a nice truck at the time that he just drove forever. And in our business, you drive around and people get to know your truck. And so you might have 2-3 stops in a day, but if you run into the right person, whether it's a client or a tradesperson that can talk, or a contractor, I mean, those stops could last a good portion of the day, if not the full day, if you were talkative. And a lot of our business is talking, and my grandpa talked a lot.
Wow. Well, you probably got that gene from Grandpa then, because you're a great communicator. He makes these wonderful videos. Let's go ahead and show one.
Hi, my name's Eason Maykus with Maykus Homes and Neighborhoods. Today, we're in the community of Tillery Commons. Some of the things that we're very proud of here at Maykus Homes is the ability to provide an affordable house, but maintain the high quality that we have in our luxury homes. The things that this house has that are hidden that I like to always point out when people come through the door is the fact that these homes are very, very efficient. They're high quality and they have a great value, but what we do provide is full encapsulation foam in a 2x6 pocket all the way up to the rafters. In Tillery Commons, we have a wide range of clients, empty nesters, first-time home buyers, and everything in between. Something that makes these homes very comfortable is the Ecobee thermostats. the Bosch heating and air. Another thing for peace of mind is the fire suppression systems. If you were to leave town and God forbid something were to happen, these homes have a fire suppression system. Many of the functions and things in this home can be controlled from the palm of your hand with the thermostat, the garage door openers, to your irrigation system, and on top of that, the HOA maintains your front yards, and you have fire suppression systems. When people talk about a lock and leave product with convenience, Tillery Commons is extremely hard to beat. Something else that we're really proud of is the custom cabinetry. This is from a custom cabinet maker that's local that we've used for decades. Another feature that we have in Tillery Commons is our spacious master bathroom. We have double vanities, undermounted sinks, quartz countertops, Delta plumbing fixtures, frameless shower glass with the tile going to 10 feet tall, towel hooks, toilet paper holders, hardware is included. In Tillery Commons and the homes in Tillery Commons, we offer 3 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, and another neat feature is this home office flex space. It can be used for yoga studio, workout studio, nursery. The community also features a large amount of open space, I believe 40% open space, but walking trails that will take you all the way to Grapevine Lake, to boat ramps, to softball fields, to playgrounds. Also, within a mile of here is Main Street and Grapevine. I'm Eason Maykus with Maykus Homes and Neighborhoods. Tillery Commons is located at Northwest Highway and Dove. Our website, www.maykus.com, Maykus.com, is another great place to find information about Tillery Commons. Also, we are here on the weekends, and our office is just located off Northwest Highway here in the heart of Grapevine, 1 mile from Main Street. Please come see us and let us show you what Tillery Commons has to offer.
Well, I compliment you because you need to be excellent. All your contractors need to be excellent. And in the home building industry, I can only imagine all it takes is rain on the wrong day to set everything back. So I assume that one of your talents is being able to communicate with the buyer.
It is. We've really embraced a technology management style, which doesn't take place of that personalization when somebody's buying a luxury home and investing, their life savings or a roof over their family's head. A lot of talking to them directly is, or a phone call goes a long, long way if there's a delay. We've got a young lady moving into a home that we were supposed to have completed this month. She'll be moving in next month, and communicating that to her early, as in a couple months ago, that I didn't think we were going to hit that target, meant a lot to her. But when it comes to, and this kind of started during COVID and so the supply chain crisis, that didn't just affect the building business, it affected the entire world. But we started to adopt buying things with a little bit of economies of scale, and some of that has waned a little bit. We don't have to order windows or appliances 18 months in advance like we did at that time and store them in shipping containers or Connex boxes. But still, going back to that age of specialization, plumbing, electric, HVAC, light fixtures, siding, even paint colors at that time were hard to come by with certain tones, darker tones we couldn't get. Right. So our neighborhoods and our houses really, we got organized with the management of Builder Trend, which helped us a lot to keep homeowners informed.
I want to pull up his website, and as we pull down the website and start scrolling down the website, I love that you've kind of carved out what I consider one of the nicest areas of DFW, which is Northeast Tarrant County. So talk about some of the communities you're working in right now.
Absolutely. I will try to remember all that. That is my dad.
Oh, cool.
And that's my mom. And so our website kind of follows a generational narrative, which is our business, a family business. But we have a neighborhood in Southlake, Texas, which is where me and my wife went to high school. We've got 4 communities in Grapevine. Wow. Going that range from 650,000 with 20 homes all the way to 43 homes that are in that 1.5 to 2 million.
Yes.
And kind of everything in between. Also, not just from a price point standpoint, we also have different timings on all of those. So we have ready and available or move-in ready product or close to it, and then we can help facilitate a temporary living situation in a home that we could own, all the way to something that, hey, we would like to start our home in 4 months. Also, we have a neighborhood in North Richland Hills that would feed into Keller High School, which is 47 lots. It's North Richland Hills City, but Keller High School proper, and that's a neighborhood called The Grove that's fixing to start. Nice. And so we've got everything, and we've got a community in Westlake with kind of a higher, larger lot size for the hyper luxury buyer and somebody trying to build a specimen of a home, I would say.
Absolutely. We're going to pull up some video, and I want you to describe this. It's called Ferguson Place, and this was shot a while ago. So why don't you describe this?
Absolutely. This is a great example. This community, as of Friday, now has 3 homeowners living there. That's us pouring the streets. This is an example of 34 homes comprised of about 3 to 4 separate private pieces of property that my dad had organized and put together over a period of time. Actually, discussions, I would say, started about 2 decades ago when I was a senior in high school with the landowner.
Amazing.
And so the infill development, which is what our expertise is something that's very complex because you have people that are existing homeowners living around that area. This neighborhood is a zoning category of R75. For somebody that doesn't know, that's 7,500 square foot lot. I wouldn't know that if this wasn't our business. The average lot size in here is actually about 1/4 of an acre. This is Grapevine City, but this will be South Lake Carroll ISD, which is a very desirable school district in our area. And right now we are about 50% done from a sales perspective. And this is one, I hate to say it, but this is one, if you blink, you might miss an opportunity. And I don't mean to say that as anything other than don't miss an opportunity, because it's a great spot.
And we were talking before the show that you kind of specialize in affordable luxury. Obviously,
love it.
You could build a $20 million mansion if you got hired to build one, but you really want to build something affordable for the person who wants to get into a really nice home in a really nice school district.
I love that you use that term. Affordable luxury is something that we kind of talk about. A lot of words would be detrimental to our product, but I would say one that kind of crystallizes that affordable luxury is also just value. Mm-hmm. A lot of our quality, when I tell people that I know they're going to move out of that home in 5 years or 10 years, if it's a lot of times the younger couples, this might be their first or second home, they know they're going to be there for a while. Yeah. But we're building these homes for a third generation. These homes should withstand the test of time, from our mechanicals to our trades, our electric, plumbing, mechanical, the foam insulation that we use. And we were one of the early adopters 25 years ago, a full encapsulation that my dad and grandpa actually had a huge disagreement on.
Wow.
And now you start to see everybody using that. But we were one of the first people in the market at one point guaranteeing utility bills, which we can't do anymore, but that's how much my dad believed in the full foam encapsulation 25 years ago.
Wow.
So we've kind of worked out all the kinks there, where now there's people 25 years later just now adopting those techniques. And we're building generational homes with a generational business, and value, I would say, is something that I'm happy to give somebody a really quality product, knowing that when they sell that house, I want them to maximize their upside and hopefully build with us again.
Yeah. Well, I love your attention to details. So even the stuff that the public wouldn't see, the stuff behind the walls, you're saying, no, I'm not going to, I could certainly go with a cheaper material, or I could, shave some cost off by doing it this way. But there's a thing in you that really won't allow you to just throw up a cheap house.
That's right. I 100% believe in having conversations with people at the contract stage, allowing them to understand whatever price point they may be at, whether that's $500,000 or $5 million plus, letting them understand that, hey, this wall of artsy trim you may want, that's something, let's try to fit that in. But there's certain things I'm not going to allow somebody to move into that house on, which is some advanced framing techniques that we adopted about a decade ago. And we've selected about 9 of the 40 advanced framing techniques that are just going to make that house strong, sturdy, and feel safe, honestly, if a tornado hits.
Sure. And sometimes, I mean, even a person who knows nothing about home building, just like closing a closet door, you can tell one that was built solid and one that was, the cheapest materials.
Yes, that's exactly right. She's retired, but Vicki Humphrey, who worked with my family for 3 decades, and we built her 3 to 5 homes, probably closer to 5. And she always said that, which now she lives in another home and she moved out closer to her grandchildren. There's a place that we don't build out there, but that's what she talks about over and over, is just the feel of that Maykus touch that we try to provide. And I know that's really hard to feel, but unless you're there, but it's true. And also going back to the value side, if it's one of our communities and one of our houses on the resale market, it is objectively true that our houses in our communities sell at a higher price per foot than the average market.
Wow.
And so as opposed to something that could go in the house that's not going to be long-standing, that is what I think is important from a message from Maykus Homes and Neighborhoods, is getting people their maximized value for whatever that money needs to be spent down the road, whether it's something that they never realize and their kids realize it. But that's really important to us.
Yeah. And I think you stand for something that I stand for too. It's not a quick buck. You want to do business with their brother, sister, aunt, uncle, son, grandson.
Yes. I mean, our market share, we're not a big production builder, and I respect those guys a lot. But having local knowledge where we're at, local relationships, that's huge. That's huge, and it's harder and harder because thankfully our area has matured, but there are other opportunities that are available to us because we have been there for decades and decades. And I would always tell people we never want special treatment or anything like that, but we do a lot of times kind of have the ability to see what is coming down the pipe in that area. So if people want to move specifically to the Northeast Tarrant County region, which is, why would you not? It's beautiful, and I'm obviously partial to it. But even if you don't buy a house from us, I always love to drive people around or have a phone conversation with them or breakfast or a cup of coffee with them, so at least they don't miss out on something they didn't know about. Because frankly, we're not huge. Our message doesn't get broadcast to everybody, and hopefully Jeff Crilley will help with that. But
I would be honored. I love what you stand for. I love what your family stands for. I think your great grandpa would be proud.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. We're going to end with the website, which is Maykus.com. The great Eason Maykus. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
You bet. That's it for now. We'll see you next time.